player for Fnatic starts to the right. Starts in red and with a disadvantage in the best of 3. Can he tie the series? We'll find out. He wants to stay.
Fnatic alive.
No lady call. No lady call today. It's all about business.
And his opponent, of course, for the Team Prime, very young player with so much potential, even still not fully realized, I feel. His idea is
Creator Prime.
I remember the first time I watched him play was right when I first got to Korea. He played in the Super Tournament in the round of 64 against MVP and actually should have won, but he ended up getting a little bit nervous and falling apart there in the end. But it was such an insane game, and I was like, wow, this guy almost did it.
Yeah, but that was the story with him for such a long time. He almost did it. He should have won, but he didn't. In the end, he always choked a little bit. He was too nervous. But this time, now, he matured so much. He is calmer, he is just better prepared, he's more experienced, and it shows. And this is one of the reasons why he is able to do so much. The gas very fast here for life, actually.
He wants to show us what his special strategy is. He scouts a little bit late, and he's not going to know about Creator's Nexus first for a little bit. Now he's going down. He checks for forward gateways, and the probe will actually escape. He wasn't able to lock him inside. Now, what is Alive going to do? He did not go for a gas first. Probably not going to be going for that Hellion play. But that's something that's still an option for him here.
And Creator, with his second base, already signals that he doesn't want to go for the Blink strategy, at least not on one base. This is something that we've seen so often. So many players just try to put pressure on. You have such a great position with the bases, how the layout works. With one observer, you can just grant the high ground vision, and then you blink up and down, try to force your opponent out of position, abuse it, kill SCVs, kill a few structures. But Creator isn't doing it. He's just trying to play a really normal game.
Yeah.
Straight up and head for the link.
Nexus first is in some ways straight up, but in other ways it's a little bit aggressive in an economic way, because on a map like this, strategies with gas are so strong, and Creator finds himself facing such a strategy where Alive has taken his gas. He does expand behind this, but it doesn't mean that he's just going to let it go. He actually will be aggressive as he expands.
The funny thing is that this is the map that Creator played in the up and downs against another Terran player. He played this map against Supernova. It was one of the deciding matches, and if Creator would have won it, he would have had a very good chance of ending up in Codes. But in the end, it was all about one drop that shut down the extended thermal lance upgrade of Creator. This is why he lost the game. It was such a clutch match.
It really was. That was a sick game.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it comes down to this map again.
Alive pulled out of gas at about 24 after the probe left. Then he made a command center on the natural, which he denied this gun. Then, okay, he just denied it again. This is the final step. But this middle step is that he actually made a third command center. So Creator, who's going to Nexus first, is going to be playing on defensive as much as possible. He's going to try to make sure he doesn't cut any corners, but he should be cutting corners because Alive has this special 3-base play coming through here. I like this. Fake him out, show the gas, go triple command center. Really nicely done.
And now Creator, of course, as you already said, if he plays too safe here, he will fall behind fast. That's going to be so intense.
Yeah, he's chrono boosting because he's scared.
Yeah. He's chrono boosting his gateways now. He expects an attack.
He's sending his probe to check. He knows he can't grab the watchtower right now. Moving out with his actual gateway units could be a risk as well if there's marauders. He doesn't know really anything at all. He's been totally shut down in what Alive is doing. Alive could be pulling SCVs with marauders and Hellions across the map for all he knows right now.
Yeah, he has no idea. He wants to have this robotics, of course, so that he can finally spot what's going on here. As soon as he has an observer on the map, he will be able to see what's in the main base of his opponent. But by then, it might already be too late. Alive will have triple SCV production. He will pull ahead in the work account. He has those mules, of course, too. And the more time Creator gives his opponent, the better for Alive.
And the more chrono boost that Creator uses on gateways and research, the less harvesters he's going to have out on the map.
Exactly. So true.
All these little things really add up. That's why it's so critical that Alive does what he's doing right now. He sends a Marine to the north. He's like, well, I've got the Watchtower to stop him from scouting, but what if he goes around the north? I got to make sure he's not doing that. I want to make sure he's not hiding any Nexus.
Double engineering bay for Alive. He wants to get his upgrades a lot faster. One of the problems that he had on Whirlwind was that he had such a huge upgrade disadvantage. And this time he might actually pull that. If Creator gives him the time, he definitely will.
Now, Creator may be forced into all-inning here. He starts the Robotics War Bay again. Just like last time, I said, when you make this, it gives you a lot of different options to be defensive, to be aggressive, depending on how you use it. And Creator, once he realizes what's going on with that Observer, he may say to himself, whoa, that's been a long time out. He's also getting double upgrades.
Wolf, he sees the Observer. Alive just clicked on the SCV, so he knows that there's an Observer. If he is able to intercept it with the Marines, I don't think that he tries to, but there are a few Marines in the path. If he sees it and scans, the command center moves to the left
he's
side.
hiding it.
Oh god, he sees it.
There's nothing he can conclude from this, actually. He doesn't have a scan until he lands it, and he lands, and he scans.
This is horrible for Creator.
So well done by Alive. I don't even think he saw the factory timing. No, he did not.
Even if the second Observer sees it, he still does not, well, he still loses so much time. This is brilliant by Alive and horrible for Creator, who has just no idea. He takes his third base now, but he's already behind.
The second time, actually, when he went for the Observer going in the main, he killed the Marine first. He was like, oh, okay, not this time. This time, I'm really going to see what's going on. He's got another scan, and the Observer wants to see. I think he can deny it. He will see the late factor here in the double E-bays.
Yeah. Yeah,
how
has
will he
to know
respond?
what's coming on.
He doesn't see the E-bays, but he sees enough.
And another Observer dies.
Oh man, Calro, this is stressful for Creator, and he's just gonna. I think he's gonna hold on to his third base. He's making the Twilight Council right now, and yeah, he's not like it's not the end of the world, but he's basically taken a small disadvantage by just not knowing what he's up against. He's gonna be on the defensive a little bit here with this third base.
Look at the upgrades, Wolf.
Yeah,
1-1 done, and the +1 armor upgrade for Creator is only halfway through.
He doesn't even have a second forge.
Alive messed his armory timing up a tiny little bit, so he has to wait until he can start +2/+2. This is something that works in favor of Creator now, of course. Alive could be way more ahead with the upgrades, but still, he has the lead.
And he's actually moving out with a smaller... he's got 2 Mirars on the Watchtower. He moved even a larger Marine force across just to be safe, but he actually decided to pull it back. Now, what will Creator do to try to get ahead? Obviously, you can see he's taking a supply lead here. He's starting to get these big, heavy supply units out like the Colossi. But the army of Alive is getting bigger and better all the time. He's adding up these 3 barracks. That's going to really power up how many units he can make at a time. He's also getting 2-2 much faster, as noted before.
Yep. The problem with the armory is now gone. 1-1, as already highlighted, is ready. 2-2. We see it once again. And the Ghost Academy also coming up. Great economy here for Alive. Yeah, an overall supply, he's a little bit behind, but his take is ready, and this is going to be a problem for Creator.
Creator is way ahead in army supply, but if he doesn't have all of his army together, Alive may be able to catch him a little bit with his pants down. He's got his Stalkers nicely set up at the front of his natural, or rather at the front of his main, and he's also got the Colossi going in the middle of the map. I really like how Creator splits his Zealots and his Colossi with Sentries versus the Blink Stalkers. He always keeps the Stalkers at the main to defend drops while stopping the army from running into his third. Really nice multitasking.
This is really tense now. If Creator with the second forge that he completed starts to chrono boost his upgrades, he might be able to catch up with Alive just a little bit, but this is of course really dangerous, especially with the Nervous Reactor now Thunder. He will have the Ghosts very soon in addition to his anti-air that he's going to build later on. Because of this double eBay that he had and the fast upgrades, he had the stuff out so much slower, so he doesn't really have this medivac count that you would normally have at this point in the game. This is one of the disadvantages. So if Creator starts to attack or starts to push out with the Colossi that he has in his army, Alive has to make a choice. He has to think about, okay, am I going to produce medivacs or am I going for Vikings? This is why he adds a second starport now, because he wants to have more options.
Yeah, and he needs them. Right now, Creator is really pulling ahead in supply. He's got these expensive units coming out that he's making, but he hasn't lost any of them. He hasn't taken a poor engagement, and the upgrade advantage, as you said, with Chrono Boost will eventually wear off. Alive he's got this small force to the north. He's not really going to be able to accomplish anything with it. I have to say that I feel Alive also, he made so many Marines that he's a little bit vulnerable with his army right now. He didn't really start adding Marauders in until just now. He's going up to now 15, but he's got 40 Marines out.
now with the second starport, we have the just the ability to get the Vikings much faster. And that's what he needs. He wants to have them against the Colossi, triple, quadruple Ghost.
He's basically covering all his bases here. He's getting Ghosts and Vikings.
He's
He'll
going
add
for
the Medivacs later.
catch-all army composition.
Yeah, you're so right. +3 armor's coming out for Creator now. He's getting it really fast. Ton of boosting it. And this is a nice jump here. The Observer actually spotted that Marine, so he's going to take it out. He will probably just lose the Zealot to a few Marines, though.
Both of them just so happy to sit tight and wait until they're maxed out and have this huge army supply, have the upgrades that they need. And you can see that Creator now is putting a lot more effort into boosting his two forges. He's really trying to catch up. And Alive doesn't start +3/+3, so this is definitely going to be an issue. If he waits too long, Creator will even take a lead in upgrades.
He has the resource to do it. You know, he's got +1 for his ships, but it is a bit concerning that he does not start at 3-3. Now, Creator is going to have to decide if he wants his 4th base right now. He's got so much bank and minerals. Look at it. He's got 2,000 minerals, and he can actually move out, take another base, make some cannons, and start to be aggressive with Zealot Warbins.
And right now, Creator is still a little bit behind in upgrades, but this will change very soon. Just look at the upgrades that he's currently chrono boosting. And Alive still hasn't started +3/+3. This is becoming an issue. Alive is not only losing his lead, he will actually be behind. He's getting double command center now, whereas Creator is also taking another base to the bottom right. But now it's time for aggression.
I don't know if I like this move to attack without Storm, though. There's so many Ghosts here as well as the Vikings. He has both things to handle. What Creator's going to try to throw at him, if he has the better concave, he will crush this army, especially considering his upgrades are still technically better.
Yeah, so be really careful here, and here we go, starting with the EMPs, and they are good. They hit most of the Zealots, but also a lot of the Colossi. Now the battle occurs, and there's so many Vikings. Just look how the Colossi are being killed one by one.
A huge Zealot Warpin, though, with all that bank. He's going to try to close the distance. The Colossi doing a lot of damage. There may not have been enough Marauders.
He has the gateways, Wolf, but Alive is still ahead in supply.
Yeah, he needs to pull back. He's got the blink. He pulls back. He loses a lot of sentries. He's got to start using that bank. He makes 10 Zealots at once, though.
So many of them, and now we have the 3rd armor upgrade done. The 2nd attack upgrade is going for shields. +3/+3 has been started for Alive. The 4th base at the bottom right is ready for Creator. He even adds more gateways now.
The army supply is actually in favor of Alive, almost 2-1. But his upgrades are not. His upgrades are just not quite good enough to fight head on. I don't think.
The army of Creator is completely out of position. This drop could kill his production structures.
He's going for the counterattack, or rather the counter to the drop, which is to get these stalkers in here. The Medivacs are saved. He's actually just going to trade the Marauders. But Alive doesn't have enough forces to actually do a multi-pronged attack right now. This is actually just giving away supply. He did very little damage with this attack. He saved the Medivacs, though, which is quite crucial.
When he started, I really thought he could do more with this. It looked really scary, but Creator was there a lot faster. He used Blink, and he was there in time.
And he has all of his production, all of his tech structures in at the natural. This is something we've talked about so many times.
Yeah.
He did not have any of his important structures vulnerable. His forges, his temple archives, his robotic support bay, and his
The Supernova game. The Supernova game. This is why he lost, because he had his robotic support bay in the wrong position. This time he doesn't have. Alive, on the other hand, at the bottom right, now turning on the heat, going in with the stim, trying to kill this space. But Creator is on the move. With enough DPS, he could snipe it.
He needs to target. He needs to decide.
It's late. It's too late already.
Yeah, and Creator's actually going to take a great engagement here. Super well done. And Alive now finds himself at a supply disadvantage, and he's not going to be able to hold this base in the center, even though it's a planetary. Creator can just take all the SCVs out from the high ground. He's got the better upgrades still, but just for a few more seconds. It's going to be, now it's 3-1-2 versus 3-3 basically, so really similar upgrades, but Alive will have the better attack here. This base cannot be mined from. He's just going to deny it. He's going to hold position right on top.
With the Colossi that he has, he can now just kill it, and I don't feel like Alive will move out in order to defend it. Especially since we now have Storm done, so this is one of the things that he couldn't use in the last fight, but this time it's ready. And now we have 4 bases against 3. There's still an orbital, and he's...
Oh wow, this orbital is risky business. I don't think he's going to try to fight. Well, Alive actually retreats, so he can maybe get this. He's going to fight. I don't know how much I like this. The Zealots are a little bit too far forward.
Yeah, walking in there is definitely risky. As long as Alive doesn't mine from a 4th base, Creator is completely fine here. He doesn't have the bank anymore that he had earlier, but he has great upgrades. Here come the first snipes for the blink forward, and both ghosts are gone.
And Alive may decide to engage now. The Zealots are caught at the back. The Colossi need to target here a great EMP. A good storm though on all of Alive's units to stop this blink under the Vikings.
A great storm here, and now it's time for the Colossi. They dish out damage, and the charge with the Zealots. They move in, both of them are roughly the same supply, but it looks like Vader is able to overpower him.
GG! And Creator is in. Code S takes Alive down. Really nice engagement. Such patient play. You know, Creator, some people call him too predictable because he always plays safe. He always goes for the late game. But I gotta say, this guy is looking really good right now. He's on fire.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's finally in Code S. Well deserved. A little bit sad for Alive here, but Creator today was just the better player. He deserved to win this best of 3 series, and he took it with a 2-0. Very well played.
That was, it was just a straight up series where he defended everything he needed to. You know, the game looked really scary for him after that engagement. It was like, whoa, Alive's got a lot of units.
Yeah.
With all the bank he built from that base to the bottom right and all the Zealot Warpins and his upgrades and how he defended it, Alive threw a group of units away on the main base. I mean, throw away is not really the way to say it, but he tried to do damage and he ended up losing all of his units with no return.
Both of the attacks that you think about is not only the drop in the main base, but also at the bottom right. Yeah, same thing. He just didn't do any damage. At first, he could have tried to target down the Nexus, but he wasn't really sure if he wanted to fight or not, and then the army of Creator was there. It was too late to kill the Nexus.
It's like he didn't realize that the one advantage he had was in straight-up army. If he fought the army straight-up 1v1, he probably would have taken it, but he actually fought with half his units unloading and medevacs in a corner where the Colossi just destroyed him. He wasn't able to use his Vikings to his advantage there, and he lost basically 2 medium-sized armies in 2 different parts of the map, and then Creator had a dominant force he was just able to deny the 4th base with and then eventually walk over him.
So Creator takes it with a 2-0, is now in Code S, Alive, another player who will face well, the up and downs.
Yeah.
And we're having a quick look at the results, of course.
Yeah, here they are. Starting things off with Vampire 2-1 Incheon, a very close series there. Squirtle took out Hack holding 2-Rex proxies, making it look easy.
Young against Hart with a 2-1, and the last game that we just witnessed, Alive not able to hold a candle to Creator Prime today.
He just wasn't quite able to. He looked okay, but in the end, Creator was the better player.
Yeah. This is the first day of the 3rd round of Code A, and we are also having a look at tomorrow's games. Yep. Here they are, starting things.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be really great. I mean, look at this. Maru against JYP, Curious against Mini, the Terminator against Polt. Terminator taking down Shine. Now he has to face another TSL player. In the last game,
Roro against Dongregu, and Dongregu currently, at this moment, as we speak, is playing his OSL semifinals, so he's going to be a little bit worn out from that, potentially.
But these matches tomorrow, it's going to be a pleasure.
It certainly will, and that's just day 2. Of course, day number 3 has got a stacked match as well. You can look up what they are on GOMTV.net. Don't forget, our final is going to be this weekend for Code S on October 20th. Here is the details. MVP versus Life. There's directions on GOMTV.net on how to get there.
Check it out. If you're in Seoul, definitely step by. If you're not in Seoul, make sure that you go to a StarCraft, watch it at home, watch it with friends. I don't care if you miss it. You're crazy. Definitely watch it live. And this is a great week with StarCraft. You know, it's not only the last round of Code A, we have the Code S finals. Next week we have the up and downs. It's just packed.
It's totally packed. Then, of course, after that week we'll have GSL. We even had last week WCS Asia Finals we just saw. It's just so much StarCraft all the time. I'm really happy.
Yeah, but this is it for the day, guys. So we will see you tomorrow at 6:10 p.m. KST. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
What's up, Cowboy?
Best of the
Commander. We got no wreck race. What's the plan?
GSL. In the service of ire.